Senator Jackson, you're recognized on Senate Bill 94.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. For the purposes of calling up an amendment that, in essence, rewrites the bill, at least Section 1 of the bill, I'd make a motion to pass Senate Bill 94.
Motion's been made by Senator Jackson, Chair second, so we're on the amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let me take a moment to explain the bill, although I trust that most, if not all, the committee is somewhat familiar with this issue. What Amendment Number 1 will do is provide a legal description for the grant of an easement to Rutherford County along Interstate 24. The easement will have the effect of moving a fence approximately 50 feet, give or take. There is a photograph that has been distributed to you, and you'll notice in the photograph a sign that says Ruby Falls. If you see that sign, you're on the right picture. But what you can see there is an offset in an interstate fence. To the left in that photograph, there is a company that underwent an expansion, and it's a company that provides armament for the military, provides valuable jobs, brought notoriety to Tennessee, and again, it's a company that's providing support for our troops in harm's way. This company has completed an expansion and has asked that this interstate fence be moved according to the description provided in this easement, that the easement be granted to Rutherford County. But what the effect of this will be is it will allow a frontage road that comes along 24 to extend only a short distance so that it would tie in with that parking lot seen on the left of the photograph. This will allow a good flow of traffic into the new plant expansion. Now, we may hear some opposition to this from the Department of Transportation, I think over principle and precedent. I would respectfully submit to the committee that this is an issue that has been discussed now for going on 2 years. And it's time to bring resolution to this. This is a company that is providing important jobs in the middle of a recession, a company that made an investment in Tennessee, and I think this is a reasonable accommodation to move the fence, to extend the line of the interstate fence where you see the offset, just to extend that line only a short distance. Certainly doesn't interfere with the integrity of the interstate system, but it is a reasonable accommodation for this company, who is a Tennessee resident, and for all of the employees who work there. So with the adoption of this amendment, the bill then would have the effect of providing that easement to Rutherford County, who is then anticipated would work with this company to provide them the access that they desire. It has been suggested that the federal government may have some say about this, and all we can do is address the perspective of the state of Tennessee, and other lawmakers will have to work with the federal government if they have some concerns. So with that explanation, I'll be happy to answer any questions if I can, but I would move adoption of Amendment Number 1.
Motion's been made by Senator Jackson on Amendment Number 1. We have motion on bill. We're on anyone second the amendment. Senator Sutherland seconds. So we're on the amendment. Any questions for Senator Jackson on Amendment Number 1, which makes the bill? Amendment Number 1 does make the bill, right, Senator Jackson?
That's and I think rewrite Section 1.
And you explained the amendment. Any questions for Senator Jackson? I see none. All for Amendment Number 1, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No opposed. We're back on the bill. Any questions for Senator Jackson on the bill? Madam Secretary, call the roll.
Secretary Barnes. Senator Beavers. Senator Burke. Senator Finney. Senator Gresham. Senator Jackson.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Sutherland. Senator Yeager. Chairman Tracy. The ayes have it.
Ayes have it, and that'll go to finance, Senator Jackson.
And, Mr. Chairman, it was pointed out that there's a drafting error in the amendment, that Rutherford County might be misspelled. I just asked legal, just from a technical standpoint, if they could correct that.
Thank you. That concludes our calendar for today.